It's Hunter.
Morning.
Oh, yeah. I think there's a bug up in there. A bug in my hair. I don't know. Anyway, welcome to it.
You scratch it, you're dead.
You're dead. I don't know what's worse, the bear or my itchy nose.
The bear is definitely worse. This is from Almost Heroes.
Oh my
Once again,
God.
we reference this movie almost every day, I feel like.
If you've never seen, I'm so pissed it got panned. You know, it didn't do as well as it should have. Chris Farley's last movie, Almost Heroes, is a treasure. And I mean, I could quote that whole movie like there, even something as simple as that. Like whenever I get an itch, like, I feel like I got a bug up in there. Don't
you scratch your nose, you're dead. Hey,
it's definitely worse.
Speaking of movies, can I bring this up? Last night, went to bed pretty early last night. I was tired. I don't know what it was, but blah, blah, blah.
Easter.
We went to bed. It was Easter, probably the food, a long day. But last night I put on The Mask. I don't know if you've seen The Mask recently. Oh my God. I don't think I've watched it since maybe right out of high school.
Yeah.
Not like the full thing from front to back.
Yeah.
There are a few scenes, Brock, that I'm like, I totally forgot. I totally forgot that was part of this movie.
Yep.
I was laughing. She was just as tentative as I was last night, laying in bed watching.
Yeah. It's a classic.
Dude, it's a classic.
And you know what, too, is even with all the goofiness, you still also get like a serious.
There's a lot. There's like a slight story in that movie.
Well, and just Jim Carrey, like some serious good acting.
Yeah. You know what I noticed last night watching it, outside of watching it initially? All of the Looney Tune references.
Yeah.
Even from the beginning, like the opening scene.
Well, I told you, one of the big things, if you watch, he's got cartoons on, Looney Tunes on his TV in his apartment.
If you notice in the back of his apartment, he's got the figures.
Mm-hmm.
They're on posters. It's very subliminal throughout the whole movie of what's going to happen here.
And he plays this straight-laced guy who works at a bank. He's got to be Stanley Ipkiss. One kiss.
That's about what I fell asleep last night.
One
very end.
Kiss.
I mean, it's such a good. It really is.
It's so good.
Such a great movie. I don't care anybody. You put that on for anyone, they're entertained. And if you're not, you're a curmudgeon.
You're dead inside. Get out of my house if you don't like it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I think we were talking about that. I don't know what conversation we had, or I was having it with someone. And when you look at, I think like the late 80s, I'm going to be honest. There was some stuff that came out early 80s that was very cheesy, not good, but like late 80s through the 90s into like mid 2000s, bangers of comedies, man. And like just so good. It was just like comedy powerhouse in my mind. And I'm not just saying that because I grew up with it. I think really that it was a very integral part of the comedy genre at that time frame. Like,
gotta love The Mask though. Even if you don't like Jim Carrey, because there are people out there that can't stand his mannerisms, the way he over exaggerates everything. That movie does it perfect. It's not too much. It's not too much Ace Ventura. It's not too much Dumb and Dumber. It's like a normal guy that he turns into just a straight Looney Tune character.
I think it's a great role for him because he can go so crazy with the mask part, but then he can also play the straight man.
Nobody else could do it.
Yep, he's great. Well,
especially after him doing it.
Hey, Jamie Kennedy did a pretty bang up job in The Son of the Man.
Uncle there. We're all trying to forget about that.
Why would you do that?
Even Jamie Kennedy is trying to forget about that.
Why would you do that, Jamie Kennedy? Hey, do you want to try and reprise a role that was originally done by Jim Carrey?
Right.
Well, I'll give it a shot.
You want to follow up Jim Carrey?
What a terrible.
No, that's not going to end well.
Awful. And like even the way they made his mask.
It's terrible.
Was awful.
It was terrible.
Hold on. We got to hold on. Son of
Jamie Kennedy. Yeah. I've seen interviews with Jamie Kennedy and he talks about it. He's like, man, I mean, it's a dark spot in my life.
You can't blame him. Like, hey, here's a chance to reprise a major role.
Probably made some good money.
And like, do you say no to that? Do you say like, no, like, because you don't want to ruin it? I mean, you probably cashed a nice paycheck. Oh, let's see this. Okay. Son of the Mask, 2005. And then the baby gets it. I mean, and the problem is they tried too hard. The hair, that's the problem.
What is that? What is that?
Like the rest of it's fine, but the hair is too much.
I mean, that was a completely different film crew director, right? Like nobody from the original was in that, right?
I don't think so. The dog, maybe? No, because the dog.
Hey, you know what? By the way, watching that movie last night, Milo, which is a good name for a dog.
Milo.
We both looked at each other like, that's a good name. I like Milo. Milo. Here, Milo.
Here, Milo.
Smart dog.
Smart dog. Very smart.
Even to do some of the things that dog did in the movie, I was watching. I'm like, wow.
Yep.
Like him getting the keys from the security guard while he's sitting there.
Not
the dog actually did that, you know?
Not the cheese, the keys. I say that at least 3 times a week. When I'm like, hey, where are my keys? Not the cheese, the keys. Milo. Yep. Anyway.
Great movie, man. Probably one of my favorites.
Did that guy make it back in there? No.
Doyle,
the detective. Even the detective's great in that, man.
All right.
Oh, what a good movie.
But just some of the when they break out and dance, you know, the way it's choreographed. I mean, Jim Carrey's dancing.
Not to mention
singing.
prime Cameron
Diaz.
Diaz. Prime Cameron Diaz.
Is those pencil thin eyebrows.
See, that's the only thing. If you gave her I know
liked her that.
For some reason you want Christina Aguilera genie in a bottle. This is wild.
Apparently that was when
that's
when I hit puberty, I think.
That is prime Cameron Diaz.
It's prime.
Anyway. So yeah.
And that didn't change after watching it last night. I'm like, is she gonna be less attractive because I'm older now? Absolutely not.
No. Almost hotter. Almost hotter. Anyway. Doyle. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that this week at some point. You know what? My daughter would probably like it too.
She'd love it
because of all the cartooniness.
She would absolutely love it.
Watch it. I'm gonna have to watch it.
Just looking for my mask.
My man found it.
Found it.
Hey, what are you doing? That's right. Just looking for my mask. Found it. Anyway. All right. Enough of the amazing Jim Carrey, and also go watch Almost Heroes as well. That's another one that you should put on.
I have a marathon today.
We need to keep things moving here, folks. It is time for your morning dump.
Yeah.
As always, your morning dump brought to you by Pump
That
Septic. Clean your septic today with Pump That Septic. Call them 269-445-7777 or visit pumpthatseptic.com. Maybe your mythological African mask got stuck in your septic system. Yeah, they'll help you get it out.
Get it out.
Yeah. Just looking for my mask. It's so good. Found it. They'll find it for you, and they'll get everything else taken care of. So go see them, get them online, pumpthatseptic.com. Pump that septic. Why don't we kick it off with this, Hunter? And you'll like this because you're a weird pervert that gets way too many massages. The next time you get a massage,
you're gonna be a perv. It's a completely normal thing.
Not the amount that you have, not the amount that you bought.
That's trash.
Hunter, if you were a professional athlete or maybe a guy who worked like a physical job, I would understand you getting the gross.
You know, I asked her, right? I'm like, because I'm doing 5 this year and I cut it from 9 because, you start to wear on me a little bit. And I asked her, I'm like, is that weird? So I'm starting to get to know her because I'm a frequent, right? I'm there all the time.
Yeah.
We're really good friends now. Is that weird that I'm here 5 times? She's like, absolutely. She said, no. She's like, there's plenty of people here that come way more than that.
Oh, you mean the lady in a compromising position with a man in his underwear underneath a towel asking her questions? You know, she's like, oh, no, you're not weird at all, sir. Please just don't murder me and make me a
right.
Tell me, miss, who I've seen 6 times the past month.
Now rub my thigh.
Oh, good. I was starting to feel weird. Could you get inside my thigh a little bit more, please? Could you use more cocoa butter, please? Of course she said it was normal, you psycho, raving psycho. Anyway, the next time you get a massage, those hands might belong to a robot. A company called Escape has created a fully automated AI masseuse. And this isn't a mall chairs type of massage. The robot's hands actually scan your body to see your trouble areas and spots. And the hands are heated and modeled after human hands.
Nope.
They also do the work in half the time. You'll be able to book sessions at 10 Equinox locations in New York City starting this spring. You can download the app for $60. You can book your 30-minute massage. There you go. Robot masseuses.
Nope. Not doing it. Don't like it. Don't think I'll like it. Actually, I know I won't like it.
So the technology is probably not quite there. But
I'm sure it's there.
Well,
I'm sure it does a phenomenal job. But go ahead, hear me out when you're done.
You already kind of have. You can get the massage machines. You can get the chair. I feel like it might at this point still be a little robotic. Not saying it won't feel good because, hey, you sit in one of those mall massage chairs.
Yeah, it feels
like
good.
Your wife spent 5 hours at JCPenney and the shoe carnival, whatever. You're like, oh, this is nice.
Yep.
So I feel like it might still be. Now, 10 years from now, Hunter, they're probably going to be straight. You'd be able to get the Robert Kraft, and
it'll never get there. It'll never get there.
Why not?
Can't replace human hands. Can't.
Yes, they're doing it.
No. Hear me out. Will you just give me a shot here? All right. The massage chair is awesome, but it's not the same as a real person doing it to you. There's something about having another human being doing it to you. I don't know what it is. Here's a good example. You know that hair thing? Where you put on your head? Do it to yourself. Nothing. You don't get the tingly. You don't get that until somebody else grabs it and does it to you. There's something about a human hand that you cannot replace, period.
Boy, you sound really creepy right now. There is something.
Go ahead, call me a creepo, but I'm right.
I don't want no robot. It better be a live human.
Not the same.
And no dude, by the way. It better be a female hand.
Right. It better be a female robot, too, if it is.
See how you're sounding.
You know what I'm saying, though? You have no idea?
Hunter, here's where I'm at, though. But they're already replicating human skin. And these hands on these ones, it's technology is just going to get better.
You're not on the same page as I am.
You think just because
knowing it's a robot. It's knowing that thing touching me is not real.
I see.
There's
guess
something about human contact that you cannot replicate with a robot. You can't put it into the massage chair. You can't put it into that neck pillow that does that thing. It's nice. Don't get me wrong.
No, but Hunter,
you're
you're speaking as a guy living in the now. Think about it in the future, what these robots and what these things are doing. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, it's a robot.
Trust me, the guy that gets 5 massages a week, maybe you should listen.
I don't want to trust you. I feel like you're coming off a little serial killery right now. Human hands. Is it human hands?
It's different. No. It's different.
I think 10 years from now, you will still melt like butter underneath and heated too. The hands are heated. These hands are heated.
It doesn't have whatever that is.
Miyagi itself.
It's how can I get there? How can I explain this? There's something with maybe it's like the electricity that comes through a human hand that makes it different. It's completely different.
God, you are just.
Hey, when's the last time you got a massage?
I'm just saying.
I got one last week.
You're speaking in the now. I just feel because you're also a big proprietor. Technology is exponential, right? It's better and better.
Okay, here's an example. And maybe this isn't the greatest example, but I'm trying to get there somehow. No. Yeah. Hey, that's actually a good example. Works. Not the same. It's not. Don't say it is.
Wait, you're saying
I wouldn't know. I've never.
My fleshlight with the googlies on it isn't quite
not the same. And if you say to prove your point, you're way off.
Honestly, it's better because it doesn't mouth off, all right? And it never has a headache, all right? It's better. The technology is better.
I mean, you hit it on the head right there. That's a perfect, great analogy. I was going to say like an AI comic. It's funny, but you still know it's not real.
I think we'll get the same. But see, again, we're thinking in the now. When these AI bots become a part of our life, when we're living in a Will Smith iRobot type world, and they're in there, we may forget. It may be commonplace.
No, because it's the thought of having a human on the other side of it. It's beyond touch. Yes, the tech will be there, and there will be times of what these masseuses are now, probably, but it will never be the same.
All right, because here's the thing. This thing is scanning your body. It can have all of the proper massage techniques, every type of one in there. It's going to be better, I think, as far as massage is concerned. But what you're saying is the human to human
contact it's different. It's completely different than what any robot could do.
You do agree with me. You sound a little creepy with that comment, right? Just a little.
Yeah, but you know why? It's because I'm right.
This is
I
what
know I'm right on this.
you go once again to your daily massage.
I'm an experienced.
Now here. I want to lay the scenario out to you.
All right.
You have right here a masseuse, a live human masseuse, obviously female, because you don't want no dude rubbing up on you. Right? Clearly, so a very talented human female masseuse, right? Yes. Very good. Maybe like like a 6'2" Swedish broad. All right, she can do it. And then right here, you have AI masseuse 2.0
XL 4000.
All right. It has the human-like skin on it, the heated hand programmed into it is scanners, so it can see your body topography perfectly, and it knows every style and every pressure point, massage. You're still taking the human.
Yep. Without a skip.
Tell you what.
Without a beat. Without even, I will beat you to the end of the question by saying I'm taking the human.
I will tell you, for me, and I get what you're saying. I'm obviously
okay. Real quick, what happens when that thing turns red?
So
and tears you limb from limb.
That's what I was just going to bring up. There's still some things I am going to be wary of. Anything where it's my body, where that thing could just, kill all humans, and then
boom, snaps your neck.
Or God forbid, I'm doing the happy ending on that one, and it
he set off and throws it in the tall grass.
Malfunction, and I got Lorena vomited. All right, on the massage table. That definitely could happen. That could definitely happen.
I'm saying. At least I'm you can kind of. It's fair. It's a fair.
You still take down. Yeah, let go. Let go. Yeah. Anyway, so there you go. Robot masseuses.
I mean, it sounds interesting, but it better be cheaper. It better be way cheaper.
They said $60 for a 30-minute massage.
It's too expensive still.
Let's see right now though. But there's not. When there's the the massage parlors all on every block that people can go to. Those seedy ones with the blacked out windows, you know what I mean? But the robot ones. Would that be illegal though? Getting okay, right? Sorry, I know we're going down this route, but
no, I know what you
would it be illegal getting a happy ending from a robot masseuse? It's a robot. It's not a human. Robert,
I mean, you're right. You're right. I mean,
Robert Kraft is just chomping at the bit. I was like,
when is it coming out?
When is it coming out?
That's no joke, though. That's a good question.
You could have massage parlors, but all robots. Is that prostitution? I don't think so.
It's not.
No, it's robot.
It's not like the robot's a human being and it's making a living by doing so.
And that's another thing. Are we going to have robot brothels where it's okay?
Why is it illegal?
What? Prostitution?
No, I mean the old
rub and tug.
Yeah, whatever you want to put it. Like what is it written into the law as? Like why? Like nobody gets hurt. Nobody gets hurt in the situation, really. Everybody benefits from it.
I think the masseuse dies a little inside each time. I mean, I think that's the problem.
Might not be wrong.
That's that's probably where it is, right?
It's a moral thing, right? Is there some moral?
I mean, if everyone's on board, right? But here's the problem is I don't think why it's probably such an issue is most places, everyone's probably not on board with it. You know what I mean?
And don't go and don't complain about it. Don't look that way.
What I mean, though, is before
not hurting anybody.
Before we take this fun bit and get real with it, probably because there's people in that scenario that didn't want to be there. You know what I mean? Maybe the masseuses that have been forced through other avenues. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's probably what it is.
And they force them to do it?
Well, you
better do it.
I mean, there's probably the amount of people that don't want to do it is probably much larger than the people that are like,
don't sign up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's probably some sex trafficking involved. I'm guessing.
Okay.
People foresee. I didn't want to go. We've been having a good time, Hunter, and then we had to get real with it. We had to get real. That's my guess. That would be my guess.
Okay.
But if you found an up and up one, like where
everybody agrees, everybody's happy.
I love my job. This is great.
Problem.
This is great. But those, I think those are few and far between. Is what my guess is.
It's like it's not prostitution unless you film it. Until you start filming it, then it's.
And you got any cameras in here? No. Are you a cop? You got to tell me. Or it's a
Wait a second.
All right, we brought her back around. We brought her back. So there you go. Robot massages. Would you like me to rub you? I will rub your shoulders.
No.
Happy ending. Beep. Or,
What are you doing this for? What?
I don't know. That's my robot hands. Ooh,
What?
Massage. Right around the neck. Lastly, I saw this on one of our prep sites, and I thought it was interesting. It's a good conversation to have. What is the best nude scene Hollywood has ever produced? I'm going to say something, Hunter, that may surprise a lot of people. I'm kind of over the over the top nudity, the unnecessary nudity. Never in the history of cinema has a sex scene been needed to tell the story.
No.
Right?
Never.
Any nudity in a movie is unnecessary. Now, you may look at me and say, Brock, you're saying that? Yes. And it's not because I'm a dad now, anything like that. It's just now, young me, absolutely. I'm fast forwarding to it. You could go to my parents' house right now and put in the VHS of
Rewind it about 20 seconds. I guarantee you it'll be a nude scene.
You go to my parents' house right now. You put in the VHS of Varsity Blues. Yeah. It is the scene of them walking out of a certain club. That's just how I was, okay? But, Hunter, I think we can all agree that in no movie is a over-the-top, very visual, graphic sex scene needed for the plot of the movie. However, it has not stopped Hollywood from pumping out nude scenes from
multiple nude scenes. Right.
What's the best nude scene Hollywood has ever produced?
It's easy.
You got one?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Terminator 2, Schwarzenegger, when he comes out of that bubble. You need your gun, your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
Let's be honest. He does look good. He does look good, but he's not hanging brain in that one. It's only ass. It's only ass, right?
I think so. No, okay. Serious answer. For me, it's Nadia, American Pie, for sure.
That one will live rent free in my head for the rest of my life, just because it was so pivotal. That was what 1999.
Yeah, like that time too. I think we were going through puberty.
For me, one that really stands out is Wild Things. Nev Campbell and Denise Richards pouring champagne over each other.
I don't know if I've seen that.
What? You've never seen Wild Things? And see, that one's also got something for the ladies because it shows Kevin Bacon's donger. It shows his bacon.
Hey, it's Kevin's bacon.
So it's even. But that one, the threesome in Wild Things is big.
Wow, really? Okay.
So anyway, this list was put together. You had the three boobs in Total Recall was a popular one.
I don't know if that's kind of weird, isn't it?
It stood out though as a young man.
It stuck out in your head for sure.
There's one extra boob. Oh my god, you lost your mind. Roller Girl and Boogie Nights, obviously the Heather Graham. That's a classic one.
Yeah. What about Titanic? Is that in there?
Not in the top list. I didn't look through the full list here. Phoebe Cates coming out of the pool in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. That was a big one. Yeah. And that was a little bit before my time. But when I saw it, I was like, all right, I get it.
That scene's been parodied too so many times.
So many times. The shower scene in Starship Troopers was another big one, popular answer.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, right? That's
a big Denise Richards, right?
Denise Richards and who was in that one?
It's not Olivia Wilde, is it? Is that
no? That was before she got into it. But hey, you know what the number one was? The number one answer, and I think this was probably just because people are having fun with it. Naked Danny DeVito coming out of the leather couch, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Which,
come on,
is a great one. Is a great scene. You know what one should have been in there? Jim Carrey coming out of the Rhino.
Nice.
That's what I'll always remember.
Oh, look, the Rhino's giving bears.
So, if I really had to break it down, obviously there's a lot that stands out with me. As a young man, you always searched it out. You know which one stands out that is also burned into my brain that I'll never get rid of? What about Silence of the Lambs? Buffalo Bob turning around and opening that robe fully tucked. Does that count as a nude scene though?
Kind of, yeah. But God, that's what's sticking rent free up into your head. You brought that up.
I was a young man watching this movie, and all of a sudden I'm like,
oh yeah, don't bring that up. Nobody wants to relive that. That's terrible.
I'd do me.
No.
right? I mean, it sticks with that, burns in your brain, man.
Ah,
It burns in your brain.
we should have left it at Nadia. That's a way better image.
Is it better than a grown man tucking his
Jeez,
junk?
man,
between his
you
legs?
sometimes
Doing the face.
you keep your distance.
He's got that nice silk robe.
You
on.
want to be that, don't you? That's who you want to be.
Puts the lotion in the basket.
Why do you think I like scary movies so much?
I mean, there is a lot
As
of
a kid growing up, that's where all the nudity was. That's where
there
it
is
was.
an unnecessarily large amount of nudity in
Yep.
scary movies. So
same thing with you with the was it
Varsity
Varsity Blues, that scene with the club?
Yeah.
Mine would be Pet Sematary 2, and there's a nude scene in that movie.
right there,
And a nice pair for sure.
love it.
I just remember as a kid, like that's why we have that movie. I'm gonna pop that in.
Oh, it's what a great plot to this movie. It's so good.
You know?
Oh, man, I'm gonna watch Pet Cemetery 2 again. What?
Again?
It's a horrible movie, but
Yeah.
maybe this is a topic for a day we could do, because
Yeah.
there is so many. I'm just trying to obviously as I'm
There's a
racking
guy who does a whole career off of it, Mr. Skin.
I got a couple. You left a couple of his books here in the studio.
I left a couple of his books. I did. I don't think I've ever bought one of those books, Brock.
Don't you lie, Hunter. They're your books. Got your library card in there. Anyway. All right, that's enough. We got to go. That's your morning dump. We'll be back.
Jeez. God. Hope that's not hot.
It's cold enough now so I can chug it. So, morning, Scott. Morning, Chewy.
We'll say
Morning, Ryan. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, Jennifer. Yeah, it's an iRobot massage. Creepy. Morning, Eric. Morning, Eric. Eric said, I paid for a lady arm, not a robot arm. You get out of here with that.
Yeah. See? It's not the same. Hey,
Morning,
don't get me
man.
wrong. There's nothing more that I want than one of those chairs, those mall chairs. My
Dude,
brother,
I'm buying one. I've made up my mind. I'm buying one.
Yeah.
Well, once we get settled, I'm buying one. Yep.
Hey, you better set aside like $8,000.
I'll make payments on it. I'll be fine. My credit's
These
good.
are
I'll let it
so
ride.
expensive.
Excuse me, bank. I need a loan for
a massage chair.
Denied. Hold on. I got to do a quick ad lib here, real quick. Hold on. Hey there, gang. It's Brock, host of the Plan B Morning Show on WIRX. Well, if you're on the stream, you saw me just chug the last bit of my coffee. And the good news is that's not the end of it. Thanks to Hanson Beverage, I'm going to go get another hot cup of coffee, just be wired all morning. And it's all because of the great services provided by Hanson Beverage. That's right. Local family-owned business that has been serving the area for 30 years with residential, commercial, industrial services. When it comes to coffee, Hanson Beverage got to figure it out, man. They're a Keurig certified distributor. They'll keep you stocked up with all your favorite flavors. They keep it fresh with new flavors, holiday specialties, and they'll also service your Keurig machine. If you have any problems with it, they'll make sure you take care of it because they know how important that morale-boosting cup of coffee is. Also on the water side, Hanson Beverage has you covered. We use them here for our water cooler refills, but they can do so much more than that on all ends of the spectrum. They'll find whatever you need and take care of your water needs. So really, whatever you're looking for, from that morale-boosting cup of coffee, a tall, cold glass of water, everything in between, Hanson Beverage going to square you away, man. Go see them, 355 Main Lane in St. Joe. Online, HansonBeverage.com. Hanson Beverage going to get you taken care of.
Cream of the crop.
Shoot. Let's go right into sports.
Who's your hype guy in the background of that, by the way?
What?
Who's your hype guy in the background of that, by the way?
Oh, you were? All right, here we go. All righty. Good morning. 7:34, the Plan B Morning Show. Brock, Hunter. This is a good one for Pot 107. Which, by the way, that's what we are all month long. Pot 107.
That's crazy, man. We haven't even talked about that. We've been talking about April 1st, which is April Fool's Day, which you're not going to get any fools, whatever from us this morning. But, dude, just think about that. It's April 1st.
Stop being a damn fool.
April 1st. That's 4.
Yeah.
Of 20. We're the fourth month in. Remember New Year's? That was like yesterday.
Yep.
What is going on? Real quick, before we get into sports, I know you want to talk about sports, but have you thought about that? Like just from the new year to now. Somebody brought it up in a video I watched on YouTube. He's like, is anybody else out there thinking, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Months or like days? Boom, 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 boom. Now we're in number 4 out of 12.
It's been really scary.
What is that?
It's been really scary with my daughter because Facebook will bring up all the memories and everything. And like we were just looking yesterday, some memories popped up from Easter we had with the in-laws when Riley was a year and a half. Oh, and now she's coming up on her 3rd birthday. She's going to be 3.
Number 3. Hey, real quick, put the tinfoil hat on just for a second.
Yeah.
Since COVID, ever since the year 2020, I don't know what it is. Time is just boom, 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 gone.
I actually do. I can answer that. And we talked about this. I think I do have an answer. And we've mentioned this before. And the reason why time goes faster as you get older is because you are experiencing less firsts. But with COVID, we've been experiencing all these things that we never have. So we have this weird timeline that is like, well, I remember that. I mean, it's still good, but it seems like it's faster because, do you remember when we got shut down? Do you remember this? Do you remember, like, it's all these things we didn't experience before, so it was first.
There's something out there. Yep. I'm serious. Go ask anybody you run in today. Say, hey, time's slow for you right now? They're going to be like, absolutely not.
No.
Like last week went by like that, like a day.
Yep.
Something weird in the air or something, man.
Yep. It's the 5G. That's what's doing it.
The towers.
It's the towers, man.
Yeah.
It's the government, man, pumping time travel into our brains, man.
Just the way this dude kind of explained it, though, it was very interesting as far as like, I don't disagree with anything that you just said.
No.
Like time is definitely going faster. I mean, it's not technically, but
maybe it is. We don't know. Maybe. Hey, aren't they firing up that reactor thingy? Maybe they're trying to reverse the time warp that was. Maybe they're trying to make our own little black hole so we can slow time down because we're being sucked into another one and they're not telling us about it. Think about it, man.
Hey, all month long. All month long.
We should just do conspiracies all month, all April, all Hot 107 long.
Let's talk about UFOs, ghosts, aliens.
Freaking out, man. You are freaking out. But
we got to do sports.
All right, let's do sports.
Damn.
I wish we could. I wish we could talk about government conspiracies, but we got to do sports, man.
You think aliens are good at basketball, man?
Probably. Hey, if you watch Space Jam, you know they are. But technically,
they got to steal powers.
They stole human powers. So
exactly.
We don't want to go back to Moron Mountain.
It's pretty good.
Touch the ball, guys. Anyway, sports brought to you by Bud Distributing.
Hey, Bud.
Bud Distributing, getting you stocked up with delicious Bud Light, tall, cool Budweisers, other delicious drinks to keep the party going. To keep your hey, if you have a government conspiracy theory party and you need to have refreshments, Bud Distributing will get you stocked up. All right, so get stocked up and remember to drink wiser with Bud Distributing.
No joke. Before we get into it, what do you think if the aliens are real? What do you think they think about sports? They're like, that's weird.
They probably got their own sport. Maybe they got their own cool sports.
You think so? Or do you think they're so smart and so far ahead of us? They're like, competition's unnecessary. Why are we competing within ourselves?
But here's what I think competition is such a vital part to the human species. Because
keyword there, human.
The human species, but think about who wouldn't enjoy a fun game? Like even if now people take it. You know who takes it too far? Middle school baseball dads with their sunglasses on the back of their neck and their
Michael Jordan.
But I mean, think about us when we're playing a game of lightning at your folks' place. It's fun.
It's fun.
I think competition is
not there to beat you, though.
I would hate to be in a species. Well, we don't compete. That's what we're moving to. Everyone gets an effing trophy. No, I think competition, healthy competition, is a key component in our species. I really do. I really do.
I'd agree with you. I'm thinking outside of the box. I think one thing aliens would be like, oh, it's completely, what do they do? That's weird, man. Music. Yeah. I think music, they would be like, wait,
well, what about the Star Wars bar? You know what I mean? Maybe. But you are not wrong though too, because we have stuff that speaks to us, songs that make us happy, songs that make us sad. It affects the human emotion. See, I think we got to figure it out. See, I go by the fact that they're jealous of us, and so they're trying to figure us out.
Yeah.
And because we got all this cool
So
stuff.
interesting, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully, you're right. I mean,
maybe not, or maybe they're just gonna use our resources.
look at these morons. Like, what are
fuel
they doing?
Their Death Stars.
Blowing each other up with nukes and just what are you guys doing? What? So this country over here doesn't like this one? Why?
See, that's doing that part. Yeah, we're but
anyway. All right, let's get to actual sports, probably, huh?
tinfoil hat off. There we go. We're done.
Yeah, take it back off. I'm just gonna start with let's start with Saturday's games. All right. Number 3, Illinois beating number 1 UConn. No, I'm sorry, they didn't beat number 1 UConn. UConn won that game 77-52. The other game that night, Saturday night, Alabama beating Clemson, number 6 Clemson, 89-82. And I'm thinking Alabama might be a team to watch here, guys.
I told you they're hot right now. They're so hot right now.
So hot right now.
They beat number 1 North Carolina. They knocked out the Tar Heels.
Surprise to me, for sure. And that was a comeback win, too.
And they're sitting at number 4, so it's not like they're schlubs, but they're hot right now. So hot right now. And so I think that you bet on the hot horse, man. You
Absolutely. Do. Yesterday's games, real quick. Tennessee losing to number 1 Purdue, 66-72. I said this last hour. I still have Purdue in one of my brackets winning this. Whatever that means, which means absolutely nothing. Probably my bracket is toast.
Well, no, you didn't pick the bracket, so it's just kind of
very true too. I hit auto pick on 4 of them. You know, I'm not wasting my time. How many perfect brackets out there still?
0. There was 0 after I think the second round or something like that.
If somebody gets a perfect bracket, I'm gonna auto pick. Yep, the rest of my life.
Smart choice.
Anyway, NC State beating Duke, number 4 Duke, 76-64. So they prevail. They move on. I already said that score, didn't I?
Number 11 NC State, by the way.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. Final 4, man. NC State going to be playing number 1 Purdue. That's going to be a week. So Saturday, April 6th at 6 o'clock. Like I said, number 11 NC State going to be taking on number 1 Purdue. What do you think there, man?
I mean, you want to root for the underdog, number 11 NC State.
But I have Purdue winning it too in one of my brackets. So,
and again, your brackets mean nothing at this point. You're not in the pot. You're not going to win any money.
So continue to cheer for the underdog is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's a big deal. That's a big deal because who wants to see the? It's fun seeing, a smaller team. Everyone can see.
Is Purdue always up there?
Purdue usually has a pretty good program.
They have pretty good basketball.
Purdue's a big school. It's a big school. They usually produce well on the football field and everything else, So
they crank out QBs, man. That's what they do.
Yeah,
they're very good at training QBs for the NFL.
What's his face? Drew Brees, wasn't he Purdue?
Oh yeah, Drew Brees, Kyle Orton. He got to throw the ball with Kyle Orton. I went to Purdue's elite quarterback camp, and lo and behold, first day, Kyle Orton. That was his first year with the Bears, I believe. Comes walking into the practice facility, threw the ball with everybody. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool catching balls.
Bob Greasy, Jim Everett, Kyle Orton.
They're notorious for cranking out QBs. That's why they had the elite quarterback camp. It was like the number 1 QB camp in the U.S. Like they said, go to Purdue. That's the one.
Nice.
So, and dude, every recruit from high school went to that camp. I showed up thinking I could whip a ball. Whew. These boys could whip a ball.
You were there for the Waterboy program, weren't you?
No, shut up.
Hey, Waterboy!
I did pretty well in that game, actually. There was a kid there that threw the ball 73 yards. 73 yards down the field. We did like the longest throw competition, did all like the combine stuff. 73.
That's far.
High school. What?
Far. The wind probably caught it.
It was indoor. It was an indoor practice facility.
The fan caught it.
Can you ever just be serious and just?
I threw like 80. I threw like 84.
Dude, those short, stubby arms and little hands aren't throwing it past 45.
Huck that. I see the mountains over there. Throw football over there.
All right, Rico. Anyway, all right. Let's get back to it, man. Last game there. Alabama going to be playing UConn Saturday at 9 o'clock. We'll say they say 8:49. I'm kind of getting sick of that. You know what? If it says 8:49 and doesn't start at 8:49, we should bitch.
Yeah.
I was here.
Yeah. 8:49. You better be doing tip off, buddy boy, after putting that stupid specific time on there.
Exactly. Just say 9 o'clock, roughly 9 o'clock. Nobody's going to complain.
Yep.
Nobody. Do they really start at the exact time that they say?
I think we looked that up, and like they do that for, I don't know, something, but it's dumb. It's dumb.
I mean, it's got to be near impossible. Games go longer, games go into overtime, blah, blah, blah.
Commercials, whatever.
Commercials.
Yeah, just
somebody gets hurt.
Yep. Yep. I don't know. Stupid.
Anyway, who do you got there, man? Alabama or UConn?
I'm going to take Alabama. Like I said, they're hot right now. And I think you go with the hot hand, man.
Mm-hmm.
You do.
I think I don't disagree with you, but I'm going to on this one. I think this is where it stops for Alabama. I think they've been hot, but you know what? A week away, there goes your hot streak.
I mean, the safe bet is number 1 Purdue and number 1 UConn.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I'm thinking.
Is right. I mean, you just that
would bet money
if you're betting money, but there is a chance that number 4 Alabama and number 11 NC State could be our final matchup, which would be cool. Yeah. Yeah. So
anyway, yeah, you don't even have your bracket anymore, right?
No, those are both ripped up, and actually, I think they're already in the dump because the trash has been taken out, so they're gone.
Paper shredded in.
They are gone. They were gone immediately.
All right, I got one more story, but do you want to do it or you want to go?
It's 7:47. We should probably head out, get to our topic of the day. So, all right, save it for tomorrow because again, now we have 4 more days until the weekend that we need to go with sports.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, good enough. Sports brought to you by Bud Distributing.
Hey, Bud.
We'll be back. All right. Well, I want to go back to this. I missed this. Alan said threesome scene in Short Bus. I've never seen that one.
I've never seen that.
Rock didn't hit 13 Ghosts. So, fun story about 13 Ghosts. I've only seen half of that movie. Reason being is when I did watch it, I was with my high school girlfriend at the time, and instead we had sex. And also, I didn't want
poor girl. She regrets that.
Watch the movie. I don't like scary movies. I don't care if there's nudity in it. I don't want to watch it. Awful.
What? It's not real.
It doesn't.
It's an entertainment factor.
Dude, the movie Strangers, which is like the last scary movie I like legit watched in theater, is based on real events. All right. And also, too, it bothers
from the 80s. It's not happening anymore.
It's back when people were real easily murdered.
Yeah, when you had to come back when the street lights came on. That's when it was all murdery.
No, I have
there's cameras everywhere. Alexa's everywhere. You can't.
It doesn't. Okay, so then my murder will be found. Great, awesome.
There's no more windowless free candy vans driving around. Like
still dead. Let's see.
That is a real thing, though. Somebody, who are we talking about? It was one of my family members who like grew up in the 80s, and they were like, "Yeah, you're absolutely right." Like looking back at it now, it was dangerous. Like I'm surprised I made it. Like
there was something on Reddit, and it was like the question. I didn't look into it, but to go along with that, it was like, why did it like the 70s, like 70s into the 80s? It was like prime time for serial killers.
Yeah.
And maybe, I don't know if it's just because we started covering them more, like we started doing, maybe there's always been, but at this point it was easier, or we were doing more coverage. Like
it was easier to get away. And people, it was a time of like, I felt like, maybe I'm way off on this, but like drugs were being experimented with more so.
Maybe. Yeah, that's not, I mean, you think about, yeah.
And parents would just let their 9 a.m. See you later. We'll see you at 6 for dinner.
I know. I always love that when the older generations. Back in my day, we would just go out and play until the streetlights came on. Our parents didn't know where we were. That's bad parenting.
That's good, right? Especially during that era. Like
we weren't pussies. No, it just sounds like your parents were inside smoking and didn't care about you. All right, here we go. All righty. Good morning. It's 7:50, the Plan B Morning Show. Brock Hunter.
What's up?
Don't forget, we are streaming. You can find us. We'll be on for the next 10, 15 minutes or so, depending on how long we go with this. But find us. Make sure you go to the Plan B Morning Show YouTube page. Subscribe to that for web exclusive content. Right now, It's time for your topic of the day, and fitting for April Fool's Day. What's your favorite harmless prank to pull? All right, we're gonna do harmless ones because we don't want to give anybody any terrible ideas. All right, well, I heard it on the Brock and Hunter talking about this great prank. It's like, no, don't do that.
Can I tell you when I did?
Yeah, you are.
I'm
I'm not good at this, but this is a good topic for you.
I did this one, and you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought of this. I don't know how I thought of this. It was just my prank brain or my whatever it was. But so a buddy of ours was going to Chicago for the weekend. And what I did is I scoured the internet and I found a picture of a good-looking girl that looked legit. Not like the ones, the AI ones you see, today where you're like, that's not real.
There's no way that's real. Yeah.
So I got a good, like legit looking picture, put it on Craigslist because Craigslist was big at that time.
It was
it was like singles in Chicago or something in that regards. And I put on there, hey, blah, blah, blah. My name is so-and-so. I'm going to be in Chicago this weekend. Here is my phone number. Here is my photo. I'm looking for a good time. And I put his phone number as her number.
I love it so much. I love it.
It was 3 days, solid days of ding, ding, ding of wiener pics.
And just
couldn't get away from it.
So I was friends with you at this time. I remember this vividly.
Yes.
It was fantastic. And look, the type of messages
I almost felt bad halfway through because I didn't understand that it was going to be hundreds, maybe thousands.
It's amazing to me. I love this one. This is great because the type of people that are responding to Craigslist
what time you gonna be in Chicago, baby?
Here's a picture. Ding, ding,
ding, ding, ding.
He texted me, I think Saturday night, and was like, you're the only person I can think of that would even come close to a prank like this.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That one's pretty morbid. Be careful with that.
No, that one's great. I'm still waiting for a time.
Dude, he almost had to change his number. Imagine having the same number since like sixth grade, and you have to change it because your buddy posted it on Craigslist.
That's the game you play, man. That's the game you play.
Right.
I've honestly priced out billboards to put your phone number on, but it's a little more than I want to spend yet at this point. But no, I love that one. Don't ever feel bad about that one. It's hilarious. It's great. It's fantastic.
Another one I read on Reddit that I thought was brilliant. And I'm mad I didn't think about this at some point, but some guy, some mechanic probably back in the day thought of this. Just a large zip tie on the drive shaft.
Yep.
That'll make your car sound like it is falling apart.
What? Look, I'm telling you, get the big, thick, like industrial zip tie.
Yeah.
It'll still work with a smaller one, but you want one that's like hard to close. All right. You want one that will make it sound like the car is ready to just explode on itself. That's a good one. The only other car one I did to go along with that is, and I don't know if you can still get them. I'm sure you can, but we used to get them at Spencer's in the mall, and you put it in the tailpipe and it made it whistle.
Oh yeah.
You remember those?
There's a whole video, like a national video of. Remember the guy? Whoop whoop. They going down the street. Whoop whoop.
It was so great. So great.
Those became illegal.
Yeah, well, clearly. But I remember walking with like a brown paper bag full from Spencer's in the school parking lot. Boop, boop, boop. Oh my God, it was great. It was great. I mean, it's a dick move. Don't get me wrong. It's stupid, but
do you ever see the one guy who attached his girlfriend's horn to the brake? So every time she brakes, and where are you braking? Behind people, Oh my God. And when you hold the brake, it's a
Yep.
That was pretty funny. That was a good one.
I don't know enough wiring to pull that one off. Another car one, which again, I don't do this one. Don't do this. But have you ever shoved a potato in someone's tailpipe?
Oh, dude, what are you trying to blow people's car up now?
Eventually, if you make sure it's not too tight, that thing will bow right out. That's a good one. A good one.
Don't do that one though. Come on, you're gonna.
That one
end up paying some money.
Yeah, that one can end poorly, but it's funny at the time since we're talking about car pranks. Let's see. Brandon had a good one. We got some answers here on Facebook. What's your favorite harmless prank to pull? He said crop dusting an aisle at Meijer. That's the worst, dude. Walking through someone else's stank. It is fairly harmless. depending on how bad your gas
You
is.
kind of look around. Who's looking? Somebody's looking. See,
Um.
nasty.
Oh, yeah, Zach, our buddy Zach said a really long zip tie on someone's CV axle will do it. Let's see. Calling Andy, the dead guy said, calling in a fake deceased Hugh G. Rection.
He's doing the Bart Simpson jokes, huh?
Prank. Okay. What's your take on prank calls? Are those still a thing now with caller ID? You probably can't do it as much anymore.
Here's the thing. I used to think prank calls were hilarious. Like early on when I was little.
Yeah.
Not anymore. I haven't heard a prank call that I almost just can we call it out? Or should I not? Should I bite my? You know exactly what I'm about to say.
No, I don't. What?
About radio and prank calls? We don't do it anymore. You know why? Can I say that?
I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Lots of times, now that Hunter's already built this up, we kind of need to. Lots of times, we would have to go to a service that would do.
No, I was going to say everybody. Any prank phone call you hear nowadays, I don't care if it's from Opie and Anthony, blah, 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 and blue, and blue. It's all fake. They're all fake.
Because unless you get permission from someone, you can't play them.
So,
now,
yes, that's the thing.
If you call the radio station, keep that in mind. If you call us, I can play anything. You could give your social security number. I can legally play it because you took the step and called us, and we even have little things. But yes, if we're calling out, just know that if you're hearing that, you ruined everyone's day with that, Hunter. You ruined everyone's day with that right there.
I just don't like stuff that's not real. That's why we don't do it anymore. That's why we're not going to do it. I mean, I don't know. When I hear it on other radio shows, I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
So that's what I was trying to get to. That's why it's like not funny to me anymore. I don't think.
Funny. Yeah.
It's because I know it's set up.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. So that's it's a legal thing. So if you call somebody, you got to be like, hey, this is someone.
I'm recording.
And it almost ruins it all. It ruins the whole entire setup.
You can't even say that after. I don't even think you can say it after the fact. I think you have to say it first thing. Like, by the way, I'm recording. So yes.
But you are right. So maybe I'm off on all prank calls because if you do call, then it's free reign.
Yeah.
Because you contacted us.
Yeah. So
sorry
if it's
for ruining that. Sorry,
that's it.
Sorry.
Well, it's the same. I'll tell everyone right now. I'll ruin.
Fake. It's not real. See, it's a facade.
Good thing your wife wasn't walking around back there.
You're absolutely right. You gotta be careful.
Sorry, honey. Also too, if you're ever watching like a late night show and there's like a bit with like a guest, all of that's premeditated. Everything is. Very rarely
it's scripted. There's a script to it for sure.
They know like what they want to lead into. Same thing when they talk with comics.
A lot of that comes from the agent too. It comes from the agent.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't talk about this. Don't say this. Don't bring that up. Actually, bring this up.
Yeah.
Set this joke up like this.
Yep.
Sorry for
everyone. Everyone's just like, this sucks. This is all set up. Actually, this is all staged. We're reading from a script right now. It's unbelievable. Let's see.
I'm not even real. I'm a robot.
Lucas
cut my arm off
there, like
Arnold.
Oh my god! I love that. Is that your butterfly knife, by the way?
It was. It's not sharp. No.
So stupid. Lucas said telling a new employee to go get the key from the boss to get paint out of the basement that doesn't exist. That's always fun playing pranks on
you know what? I think a lot of pranks come from construction sites.
I
think there's a lot of pranking going on within construction. You know why? Because it's hard work and there's got to be some relief within that type of work.
Right.
Fun pranks. Blah, 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 jokes. A lot of construction guys know thousands of jokes.
Yeah.
Off the back of their hand. They can just start spouting off jokes,
Yeah.
I've always kind of noticed that.
I like the one on construction sites where they blindfold someone and then they put the shovel in between their leg and then they throw.
Man.
Wham! Let's see. Brandon said replacing the filling in a Little Debbie Swiss roll with mayonnaise and giving it to someone else. That's kind of like the same thing. Like you take a jelly donut and you put, something gross in there.
Yeah.
That's always a good one.
Or it's like the caramel apple with an onion.
Yeah, I had that prank pulled on me.
Yeah.
I had that prank pulled on me, and I took a big bite. That was amazing. Like, wow, that was a lot. What to say? Lou had a good one. Taping the sprayer on the kitchen sink. Waiting for someone to turn it on. That is a good one. That's a good one to get mom on if she's in a good mood. If she's not in a good mood, you're gonna have a terrible day. But that's always fun.
See, now the sinks have like that's the problem. You know, it's getting old, man. Like,
nowadays it's all that. Like our new sink, I can't do it on because it's part of the actual faucet. Yeah. But back in the day, you always had that little garden hose that was attached to it.
Oh, it always gets you too.
It was always cold too. Didn't matter. So. Can I share with you? Can I see? Oh, now my shirt's wet. I'm wearing this white shirt. Can I share with you my worst prank I ever did?
Oh boy, go ahead.
Well, it was terrible. It wasn't funny. It wasn't good. So in college, and this was on April Fool's Day. In college, the girl I was dating, my mom was not a fan of. Now my mom loves everyone, and she's nice to everybody. She's not, but
she wore a lot of tube tops, didn't she?
She was good looking, but she was nuttier than squirrel poop. So anyway. For one of our April Fool's pranks, I pretended to propose. You should have seen the look on my sweet mother's face. Again,
you did it in front of her?
There's not a yeah, I did it in front of her. We did this whole setup. We thought it'd be hilarious. And for me to pretend propose to this girl that my mom did not like.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that didn't go over well.
So did your girlfriend find out what your mom felt about her?
Oh yeah, eventually, for sure. Yeah.
You're not marrying that bitch.
Right there.
Damn, Mom.
Jesus. Oh. It was a joke.
Right.
God almighty. Yeah. So that was the dumbest one I ever pulled. That was the dumbest one I ever pulled. She's going to be at the wedding.
My mom and I pulled a prank on my brother when he was younger at the house. He was home alone. We just went away real quick to the video store.
This is great. I love this one.
We both come back and we're hitting the windows with some rakes, scratching, doing all the scary stuff, if you will. So we give it like 10 minutes and we finally come into the house and he is in between the couch and the ottoman with the butter knife on the phone with 911. We grabbed the phone. We're like, no. He was terrified.
I just love that he grabbed a butter knife.
Like, butter knife, and I'm pretty sure even he knew it was us. He was still ready, man. He was going to stab something that came around the corner.
Just on the off chance that it wasn't mom.
We felt terrible.
You should. That's there. How old was he?
He was young. He was probably like 7, 8.
Yeah.
But the cops come. We have to explain, like, hey, like, how do you tell the cop? Like,
we're just terrible family members. We apologize for what it is. He was just a child, and we scared the hell out of him. Ricky did one more thing. Ricky said, wife 1 year hit me with the I'm pregnant prank, got me good. You know what's funny? And that is, that's a good one if you're having fun with it. But you know what I was thinking? It's got to be terrible for anyone who has to break like serious news and it happens to fall on like April Fools. Think about the amount of doctors or like people that like, or Andy who's had to like, oh, I'm sorry to say, he didn't make it through the surgery or this or that. It was like, yeah. Oh, it's April 1st.
April Fools.
Like anyone who has to break news. Really think about like someone in the military. The Russians have launched the nukes. Like, all right, good one, Frank.
Yeah. Claire.
You know what I mean? It's the worst day.
No, for real. I get it. It's April Fools, but it's still a day.
All right, you're really selling it. We got it.
It's still happening,
Everyone's dead. All right, that's good enough. We'll be back with more. It's the Plan B Morning Show. Stick around. All right. Well, we're going to get out of here, but thanks everyone for hanging out. We appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. It's only Monday, right? We still got a full week of this shit. Son of a bitch. Mm-hmm. All right, everyone. Have a great day. Watch your back. Watch your back today. Keep that in mind. All right. We'll see you.